Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the popular Rally for Progress, the first meetings with the new members of the Executive Committee of RPP Party. For international scene, deadly raids by the regimes in Idlib and Aleppo provinces in Syria. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, sent today, Wednesday, a message of congratulations to his counterpart of Azerbaijan, Mr. Ilham Aliyev, whose country celebrates these days the birthdays of his National Day. In his message, President Gele expressed greetings of health and happiness to Aliyev, as well as future development and prosperity and fulfillment to the Azerbaijan people. The government and the people of Djibouti join me in expressing their sympathy and friendship to the Azerbaijani nation on the occasions of the celebration of its National Day, wrote the Djiboutian head of state, who is pleased with the strengthening of our relations with Azerbaijan. The rapprochement between our two countries finds, among other things, fertile grounds in the common subscriptions of our two nations to many values, said President Ismail Omar Gelle, before reiterating the determinations of Djiboutian to work permanently to strengthen our relations with Azerbaijan. As we pronounced it in our last edition, the RPP Executive Committee held its first working meetings last night at the headquarters of this political party. These first meetings of the Executive Committee of RPP Party was held under the chairmanship of the Vice President of RPP, which is also the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, and the Secretary General of the party, Ministers of Economy and Finance, Ilyas Musa Dawale. The new member of this body is welcome and congratulate the Vice President of RPP, who was reappointed to this post. The meeting focused on the missions and the prerogatives expected of the head of state and president of the party, Mr. Ismail Omar Gelle, to the members of the Executive Committee. For his part, the Secretary General of RPP, Ilyas Musa Dawale, has indicated that the new members of Executive Committee of RPP will put in place a heavy work. For his part, the Vice President of RPP, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, has wished a warm welcome to the new member of Executive Committee. He indicated that we hope a new dynamic with this new team to change our At the end of the meeting, the Minister of Health, Mohammed Warsama Diriye, held a meeting with the entire administrative and medical corps of General Peltier Hospital. Also note that the presence of several officials of the ministries who attend this meeting, during which the Minister of Health first thanked all the staff of the hospital who mobilized for him a warm welcome. The Minister's latter spoke on his admiration and satisfaction for the efforts that staff make every day to respond effectively to the user's grievance. Thus, the Minister reassured all healthcare staff of his unwavering support for moving forward to achieve the emergency of a modern and efficient hospital. As part of his contact towards the Minister of Health, Mohammed Warsama Diriye visited Peltier General Hospital, this time where he was greeted by General Manager Mr. Hussein Mohammed Hussein. The Minister also reviewed with guards of honor formed by hospital staff who gave him a warm welcome under the Director general explanations, the ministers began his guided tours through the entrance desks, which are the access point to Peltier Hospital various services. The ministers extended his visit to various departments such as pediatric, medical imaging service, radiology, hospitalization services, ophthalmology, operating theaters, emergencies department, and the productionist unit. The Minister of Equipment Transport, Mr. Musa Mohammed Ahmed, received this morning in his cabinet strong delegations led by Ms. Degmawit Moges, Ministers of Transport of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, accompanied by his close collaborator. Also were present the Secretary General of the Ministry of Equipment Transport, Mr. Said Nuh, the Director General at the Djiboutian Road Agency, Mr. Subane Said Ismail, the Deputy Director General of EDR, Ethio-Djiboutian Railway, Mr. Hassan Kamil. Discussion is focused on the various points raised during the last Djibouti-Ethiopian Joint Commission held in Djibouti from 27 to 29 January 2019, in particular the beginning of construction work on the Dikil-Galafi National Highway No. 1. The two ministers welcomed the development of cooperation and wish to further strengthen to close ties between Djibouti and Ethiopia. This regular consultation between the ministers of both countries contribute to the development of a common strategy on issue of common interest. The President of the Authority of Ports and Free Zones of Djibouti, Abubakar Umar Hadi, welcomed today the Ethiopian Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gedu Indagashu. The minister at the head of a large delegation has begun a visit to the Dorale Multipurpose Port, DMP, in the presence of the Djibouti Ministers of Equipment Transport, Mr. Musa Ahmed, Mr. Abubakar Umar Hadi, along with the Director General of this port, Mr. Saad Umar Gele, gave the Ethiopian delegations an explanation of the DMP, knowing that more than 19% of goods passing through our ports are for Ethiopia. The two parties have started discussions on ways and means to strengthen their relations. The hostess then headed by the STTV terminal, where they listened to the explanations of those responsible for the terminal. The Diwan Zakat Asa is an important institution, is affiliated with the Ministry of Islamic Affairs in charge of collecting zakat property and redistributing to the beneficiaries, especially poor and low-income families who are part of the sponsorship programs for orphans. The General Director of this foundation, Mr. Suleiman Hussein Musa, yesterday made a statement in which he urged the major traders to bring their zakats to the foundation to be delivered to its beneficiaries, including the poor and poor. Since its creation, this body has contributed to the reactivation of the pillars of Islam and to the reductions of poverty and unemployment in the countries, affirmed Mr. Suleiman Hussein Musa. The State Secretary for Youth and Sport, in collaboration with the Unit Youth Platform for Sustainable Development of Djibouti, closed the collective breakup with the youth CDC of District 7 and CDC of District 2, a collective breakup and a conference debate on the values of patriotism and civism in the youth of municipalities of Bulao. Several peoples, including members and guests from civil society, as well as young people from the various CDCs of Bulao's neighborhoods, participate and share a moment of conviviality and meditations for the closing of the caravan, awareness of patriotism and civility. They explained that this team were chosen by this blessed month of Ramadan as part of the consolidations of the love of homeland and to reduce incivism in order to promote national and patriotic feelings, to extend discipline, tolerance, and mutual respect and general interest, the public interest, commitment to the common good, because it is one of the challenges of the economic social development of our country. The Djiboutian Football Federation organized yesterday a collective breakup within the Goulet Stadium for the Blessed Month of Ramadan. This collective breakup has more than 200 people, including football clubs, president, affiliated to the different tournaments organized by the Football Federation, player, football technicians, coach of the national teams and different categories, as well as the leaders of the Djibouti Football Federation, at their head President Suleiman Hassan Waberi. These breakups saw the participation of sports directors of the State Secretariat for Youth and Sport and president of the different sports federations, Somali Federation President Mr. Abdelghani Said Araba honored with his presence this meeting of breakup. Let's remember that every year the federation has organized these iftars, but this year has been a special moment to reaffirm the flyings of the federations to increase the sports fraternity of our countries. For his part, the president of the Football Federation, Mr. Suleiman Hassan Waberi, during his speech highlighted the importance of joining forces to give the Djiboutian sports a new impetus. As part of fight against illicit trafficking and smuggling, the Coast Guard of the Djibouti intercepted the day to a type boat of Loada in the southeast of country, coming from Somalia and carrying more than 20 boxes of brands of Benson and Royal cigarette and a significant amount of fuel. Two Djiboutian new crew members who commit these crimes were arrested during this operation. The Coast Guard relentlessly effort to put an end to the activities of these smugglers who are trying to destroy the national economy. The investigations was entrusted to the Brigade of Investigations of Judicial Affairs and Coast Guard. The two arrested individuals will be brought to justice, while the boat will be seized and immobilized at the fishing ports in the waiting for a court decision. For the international scene, the Syrian army and its allies continues their bombing campaigns against Idlib province, the last jihadist stronghold in the northwest of the country and an area of Aleppo province. At least 27 civilians were killed on Tuesday. The bombing of Syrian armies against the jihadists dominate territories in the province of Idlib and Aleppo, sectors that have been pounded for months, killed at least 27 civilians, including 11 children, according to the NGO. Since May 27, the strict strikes of the regime of Damascus and its Syrian ally, as well as the artillery fires on this area northwest of Syria, have killed about 50 civilians, including many children, according to the Syrian Observatory Human Rights. This is it for tonight's news. Thanks for watching us.